Hello, welcome to Should I Buy This Game? Featuring the Ark Nova Expansion Marine Worlds. My name is Christine, and in this video, I'm going to give you a little bit about the gameplay and then share a few things I liked and disliked about the game to help you decide if you should buy Marine Worlds, the Ark Nova Expansion. I'm going to start by showing you what comes in the box for the Marine Worlds Ark Nova Expansion. So first, there are 4 new unique buildings. There's a tile here for solo play. We have some bonus tiles, a few new or more kiosks and pavilions. Now we have new aquariums in 2 different sizes, and then some new universities that get added to our association board. And there's a new board to add the space for the universities. They've also included some alternate counters and player tokens, and these are super cute, and I can't wait to add the little cats and penguins to my playboard. Another exciting addition are these action cards. With each of the topics, there are 4 new action cards, and each of them have a different benefit. I'm going to just go through one of the benefits for each to give you an idea. So on the animal card, if you're at number 5, if you play only 1 animal versus the 2 you're allowed to play, you may ignore 1 condition on the card. So that's pretty cool. So if it has to be near a rock and it can't be near a rock, or if you have to have a certain country, continent, and you don't, you can ignore it and still play the animal. On the sponsor card, this one, additionally, you may discard 1 sponsor card to gain 4 coins. So if you have a sponsor card that you don't think is going to benefit you, you can get rid of it and gain some money. On this build card, you may pay 2 coins to cover 1 rock or water space. So sometimes you want to fit something and a rock or water is there. Now you're able to pay the coins and cover over it. On this card, you're able to snap a card a lot early, and that's taking a card from the middle of the board. And on this association card, instead of supporting a conservation project when you're at 5, you can now get a new association worker. And that's one of our complaints was we weren't able to get workers earlier. So now by having this card, you'd be able to get a worker earlier in the game. So each of them, there's 4 different for each category, and they all have different bonuses. So it will add a new level of gameplay. There are also 16 new sponsor cards plus 8 replacements. And I just want to show a few of them that I pulled out. So this one has to do with the new marine animals. And each time a sea animal icon is played into any zoo, you gain 3 coins. This one is to get the new Amazon house. You can place next to at least 1 water space and 1 rock space, and you're able to gain research, conservation, and regular points. And then this one here, the expanded area, treat all 3 space enclosures on at least 1 border space as a 5 space enclosure. And then at the end, you gain 1 conservation point if all border spaces are covered. So by being able to pay for a 3 but put a 5 space animal in there is a big savings. So these are just a few of the new cards, sponsor cards in the expansion. There is also 1 new base conservation project, 6 new conservation projects, and 6 new final scoring cards. And finally, there are 32 new animal cards that you would just shuffle into that big deck you already have. I'm just going through so you can see what some of them look like and how pretty they are. The first thing you want to do to incorporate the game into your main game is to put the cards into your main deck. Now this is just a small portion of the main deck, but when we played, we shuffled them up and put the new cards on top. But we just found that there was too much of the marine life, and we were overwhelmed by it all, and we weren't getting the diversity we wanted in our zoo. So then we ended up mixing them up a bit more. So I recommend, as much as you want to play with the new set, mix them up in a deck at least this big, if not bigger, and let them come out organically and then play as you would normally. Because if you put them on the top, you're not getting any of the other animals. The next thing you'll want to do is replace the association board with the new one that adds in the space for the new universities. And the last thing you can do is replace your player tokens and counters with these new ones. Now, one of the things we really liked about the expansion is there are new action cards that will give you different bonuses. So for example, the sponsors card, when it's on this side one, additionally, you may trade 1 X marker for 5 coins or vice versa. And then when you upgrade it, you can do that, or you can use them to move 1 space on the research track, an X marker or 5 coins. So that's a really powerful benefit. In this build card, it says you may pay 2 coins to cover 1 rock or water space, but once it's upgraded, you may cover 1 rock or water space and gain 2 coins if you do. So there's a whole variety of these. You're allowed to play with 2 specialty cards in your hand during the game. And depending which cards you get, they can really help move you along in the game. We really enjoyed collecting the new wildlife cards and adding them into our aquariums. But as I mentioned before, make sure you really shuffle them into your deck of cards so you come by them a bit more organically. Some of the new cards have a coral reef on them. And when you put this card into your zoo, you gain the benefits of getting 3 coins. But you also activate any other ones you might already have in your zoo. So in this case, you would get 2 points along the appeal track as well. And then if you were to put another card in, you would activate these each time a coral reef is added into your zoo. Now, some of the cards also have a wave on them. And that is important when it gets put here on the display. When you pull out the wave, this card moves up and all the cards move up and the top one gets put into the discard. And you keep doing that for each wave card that comes up. So we had 2 here, 2 cards. We kept going until the last card no longer had a wave. And that is what the wave symbol means. The one part of the expansion that we didn't really utilize were the new research universities. We're so familiar with the other 3 and the benefits that they give us that we stuck to those and didn't take any of the new ones. So maybe in games going forward, we'll see more of how they can benefit us. And in true Ark Nova fashion, the score was 11 to -22. So let me know if you've played Marine Worlds and what you think of the new expansion for Ark Nova.